Gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Codex After Dark. My name is Tim. This guy over here is Sal the Slab Guy. Down below is Dan Kelly Art. And the guy right below me, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and give a big welcome to the newest member of the Codex Station. That would be Uncle Gary.
Woo!
Welcome. The Ric Flair of comic books, ladies
That's
and
right.
gentlemen.
And I want you to know, if you want to be the man with the collection, you got to beat the man with the collection. Woo!
If anybody wants to arm wrestle him, by all means, go ahead. I will give you a slab if you can beat him.
Oh yeah.
Was it,
Look at triceps.
Was it, Ric Flair saw some video recently where he said about the women. He's like, all the ladies out there, remember, you can't be the first, but you can be the next.
Ladies and gentlemen. Go ahead, Gary.
No, I was going to say, that's why I had the public service announcement when I pulled the redhead in. So kids, you can have it all. Have
That's
a nice
right.
place. You don't need to live in the basement. You can have comics and a good-looking gal.
Ladies
World's our
and
oyster.
gentlemen, we have got a lot to go over tonight. Not only do we have polls and back issue gems, which Uncle Gary is going to show some awesome stuff. I've seen a preview. The rest of you have not, and your jaws are going to hit the floor as much as mine did when he showed this book casually. But yeah, we got all that stuff. But don't forget, after polls and back issue gems, Uncle Gary's going to stick with us, and we're going to be doing Breaking the Code. And we're also going to talk about why we collect. And Archduke Kevy will come in for that one. So definitely stick around, guys. It's going to be awesome. Before we get started, we're in the pre-show right now, so this gives you plenty of time to get comfortable, to sit back, relax, lick your fingers a lot, and turn the pages of all your expensive comic books. Don't forget that we're on all the socials. All you got to do is type in at the Codex Station, and that is where you will find us, your favorite social media platforms, and where we're live streaming right now, especially on Kick. So if you're not following us or doing all the awesome stuff, speaking of that, Dan, what do they need to do when they're finding us on the socials and on live streams?
Well, they need to make sure they click follow, subscribe, whatever it is, depending on the platform. They need to make sure that they click like on it. And it's very important, too, that you leave a comment, because that helps push us higher up in the views for people to see.
There you go. All right.
And make sure to share it with everybody that you know, too, so they can experience all of this awesomeness that is us.
Friends, enemies, and acquaintances, we will take them all. Ladies and gentlemen, also don't forget we have a shiny new Patreon. All you got to do is use your smartphone and scan that link right over there, or hit the link down below and go over there. Yeah, everywhere.
It's
all
up
over.
there. There it is.
There you go.
Yeah. Go there for the price of a cup of coffee per month, if you please. We would love it very much. You get exclusive only content to patron members. You get to get personalized interaction with your favorite team members, now including Uncle Gary.
Right.
So there is that. Plus monthly Do You Know specific for Patreon members, and so much more. Now, let's go ahead and talk about what we were talking about a little bit before we came on air. We were talking about Dan and Sal going to the Comic Museum of Uncle Gary.
They were here.
If you haven't
Comic
seen
Nirvana.
the video, oh geez, comic heaven. If you haven't seen the video after this tonight, or when you wake up in the morning, go watch Uncle Gary's Comic Emporium. It is amazing. But Dan and Sal, or Slan and Dal, please tell us the experience of going there.
Well,
Go ahead.
I could sum it up like this: you'll never experience something like this ever again. All right. This is like one of those epic one shots, type of thing.
I would say this, and I said it when I was posting the video on my Facebook and in some other groups. I said this is the collection that almost all of us aspire to have.
Yeah,
but it's awesome because it's not just comics; it's comics, and like even as you can see in the background there, it's figures and posters and statues and just all kinds of different memorabilia. And you see it, I don't want to say you see it all in the video, because me and Sal have to go back to film the rest of it. And I've already been thinking of some more interview type questions to hit Gary with.
Uh-oh.
When we go back, so the next videos, it's not going to be just us looking at a bunch of books. It's going to be mostly that, but it's going to be some other stuff too. And
I think my favorite line is Uncle Gary, when you said it, when you were opening the door to the library, not even the basement, the library, you're like, you can only see this once, guys. You can never see it once again.
For the first time. You can only see it for the first time once.
Oh,
That's right. I think I told him in the basement, enter freely and of your own will.
yes.
But you know who, sometimes I have friends, the people that don't want them to come see this are their wives, because they're like, you're not doing that here. Don't get any ideas, buddy.
I showed my kids parts of the video. I was like, we're going to watch this. I know it's movie length, but we're going to watch it. It won't feel like that. I said, but let me show you bits and pieces of this. And my daughter looked at me and she's like, when are you going to do that, Dad? Let's get out of the apartment first. I got to have room to do all that stuff.
Listen, I'm not an artist like Dan is, but one thing I said is I've got some design sense. So I've got some geek chic going on here, and I can help. I can help.
Geek feng shui.
That's right. And I did. I've set up everything pretty much myself the way it's set up. So I'm pretty proud of how it looks. Yeah. And I came off this 2-year project where I was cataloging all my books and doing as many as I could. We're putting them in the Gerber bags and boards, and it's just really neat to have it. And I got to tell you guys, I appreciate y'all making the trip down. Tim, I appreciate you editing that monster video. And I hope people won't say 2 hours. I hope they won't say 2 hours. I can't get into that. But hopefully, like y'all said, they get in, they get sucked in, and they stay in there for a while. But it's just a pleasure, and to be able to share this with like-minded individuals is really cool. So I mean, it's a blessing to do that. And like I said, I am, when I opened up my home about 5 years ago, and I started letting people in the comic logic community and friends and all come and see things, it's been really rewarding. So
well,
like I said, I appreciate y'all making the pilgrimage.
I can only speak for myself, and I'll let these guys speak for themselves, but editing that footage, Dan and Sal, the footage you guys took was expert, and it was amazing, and it was
they were great,
and it was very clean, and it didn't make it difficult to edit. There was just so much of it. And when we were talking in group chat, when I was editing that last Sunday, I was like, I ain't cutting none of this out, and one piece of it ended up not getting in, and I'll post that up in another video. Is 5 minutes of you looking at the George Perez postcards. Yeah, that didn't make it in. And the only reason it didn't make it in is because I had all this stuff lined out, and I found that video. I was like, shit, if I have to put that in, I got to move all this stuff. I was like, it's just going to stay out.
And I know we still have the comic logic stuff too.
Oh, that's coming soon too.
That's why I said when we go to do the next one, we'll just film that again, and it can go.
No, I'm going to put that out as its own video, 5 minutes long. It's going to be bonus footage.
Yeah, I think I had, because I jump into stories, right? And I think I was telling the story how my daughters got me that one, the George Perez card, and I had to remeasure every freaking thing. Oh, and I cussed too much in the video. I'm sorry about that.
That's okay. That didn't bother me.
We're talking books, and I'm dropping F-bomb here and there, and I'm like, I said that's probably why they had to put it on YouTube and not the Codex Station site, because I cussed too much.
But speaking for myself, it was an amazing journey to just watch you guys go through that and to listen to every bit of it. I have favorite parts. I've watched the video several times already, and I'm going to watch it again. But Dan, Sal, final thoughts on visiting the epicness of Uncle Gary's Comic Emporium.
Wow. That's all I could really say. It's just, wow, I enjoyed every second of that.
Yeah.
And it'll be hard to top when we go back there to check things out again, but I look forward to it. I really do. I look forward to it.
Did it live up to the hype?
Oh yeah, definitely.
It exceeded the hype. It was really awesome because, like I said, you could tell it's something that you're passionate about, because nobody puts the time and effort in to setting everything up the way you have it, like the meticulous attention to detail. if you don't absolutely love what you're doing.
Yeah.
You should have been here for dusting week.
I was telling my kids about that. I was like, I'd hate to dust all
That was a
stuff.
weekend. Usually it's okay. They're just standing in the snow. It's okay, right? So, the funny thing when I first started watching it, right? I click on and I usually call up the museum, the library, whatever. And you called it Uncle Gary's Comic Emporium. I'm like, well, that's pretty cool. Where'd Sal come up with that? And then I said it. I said, welcome to Uncle Gary's Comic. I didn't even realize I'd said that. That's the stuff that comes out of my mouth. I had no idea.
What'd you guys think of that 30-second title thing that I did? Did you like that? Was that all right?
Yeah.
I loved it.
The cinematic
opening.
opening. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. All right.
I wanted to do like a movie voice.
Yeah,
like
I
in a world where
In a world where Sal bought every copy of Venom that was ever printed.
But
Oh my god.
But what I think is going to be cool for you guys though is so you've seen this stuff, but when I lay out these books and you see every issue in a freaking row, like you got a little bit of it when I threw out all the first dozen Daredevils, right?
Yep.
But what about when we get to every issue of X-Men, every issue of Justice League, and what I think is really
Tone.
Yeah,
cool is
Tone.
when I started collecting, almost a 50-year collector. By 76, almost all the books that I got, I was keeping in great shape. So I was 12 at that point. And so my buddy Damien, that's a dealer, says that's a really cool thing is the consistency of every single damn book, that it's just, the condition is top notch. And I loved having Sal grade the books for me,
Gary,
and
take a
have
look
him-
at this.
and putting his eye on it.
Take a look at this. Longtime viewer, member of the Codex Station, always and forever. Tone Falcone, loved it. It was amazing. Tone, awesome. I'm glad you enjoyed it. How many times have you watched it? Once or 5? So,
I mean,
He has it on a continuous loop in his house right now.
I do right now too. It's over there. So.
Yeah, I sat down and watched the whole thing, and I made it. Like we made it, and I still sat down and I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was one thing like when I'm focusing on like
Right.
getting everything. It's another thing when
You
I was
miss
able
stuff.
to sit back and just like watch.
Mhm.
Well, if they're showing Codex Station at the comic stores, this would be cool if it's showing in the comic stores.
That the day after it debuted, or the day it debuted, I believe I had it shown at the comic shop at my guys. The Tone says at least 3 times. Perfect.
Thank you,
Perfect.
Tone. Thank you, brother.
All right,
What'd you fellas
guys.
at the shop say? What'd you fellas at the shop?
Oh well, they weren't working there. I was the only
Oh.
one there. But
Oh, you were
people
the only one
coming in, when they come in, they see you guys sitting there looking at Daredevils and Wiz Comics and old action and old DC stuff, 12 center books. They're like, "What is that?" Let me tell you what that is. Take a seat for a second and just watch. and I'll
Excellent.
Sit
explain
down.
what it's
Let
like.
me tell you a story.
And they go, "Do you have that book for
That's
sale?"
right.
Well, no, but we do have a Detective 250 right here that you can buy. So there's that. But speaking of that, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be going into the main show here in a few minutes. We're going to carry this conversation over and we're going to show some awesome, awesome books. Guys, get your sodas and any sticky candies that you want to eat while you flip through your comic books, because we'll be back in 30 seconds.
Woohoo!
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Tim. This guy over here is Sal. Down on the corner is Dan Kelly from Dan Kelly Art, formerly of Instagram, now live on Instagram. And ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the newest solid member of the Codex Station. That would be the Ric Flair of comic books, Uncle
Woo!
Gary himself.
Thank you. Thank you. It is an honor to be on this show with you gentlemen.
Absolutely. Yes, definitely. The
The
tone,
honor is all ours.
the
I was gonna say, the honor's
30-second
all over
break
here.
has porn music. That's wonderful.
Yeah, it
Ladies
does.
and gentlemen,
They're
How do you
like
know
this.
what I was doing during the break? That's why that's why I
Whoa.
got back late.
there we go. Right
Baby,
on.
that was the
time.
best 30 seconds you've had.
Sometimes all it takes is 31 seconds to be super awesome. Ladies
Just remember,
and
sex is
gentlemen.
like a race, and you got to make sure to finish first so that you win.
Oh my God, we are on all the socials, ladies and gentlemen. All you got to do is type in
Wow.
Codex Station, and
All the
that is
social
where you will
diseases?
find us.
We're on all
No.
the social diseases.
Negative. I can't even talk right now. Your favorite social media platforms and where we are live streaming right now. Thank you guys. Make sure to hit the like, share, subscribe, and follow so you don't miss any more of this super awesome and explosive content. We also have a
Explosive is right.
website.
Double entendre.
We also
Wow.
have a website, ladies and gentlemen, thecodexstation.com. So you can go get some merch, meet the team, and so much more. It is your one-stop shop for all things Codex related. Now, let's talk about Sal. Where can they find you when you're not doing Codex stuff?
All right. When I'm not here on Codex, I'm actually got my YouTube channel. It's called Sal's Comic Corner. You should check that out. And I'm also on Instagram under the Slab Guy 77.
There we go. And Dan, you were on Instagram, but you are now on Instagram. Why is that, and where can people find you?
I don't know. I don't really know what that means. But you can find me on Instagram at Dan Kelly Art. I post a few times a week, like this. Like this
Look
one
at that beauty. Woo!
Yes.
up for
Nice.
for our founder Jamie. So go check it out. And I actually haven't posted the finished one yet, so I probably will next week. So go check it out and give me a like. About 650 now, so I'm marching towards 700.
There
Nice.
you go.
And then right here, the newest member.
Yeah, Uncle Gary, you'll have a thought bubble next week, but right now, where can people find you when you aren't doing Codex stuff?
Man, I hope I'm bringing the show down. Sorry, fellas. All standards just dropped. So you can find me on Facebook. I'm under the name Opie Taylor. But on the comic character of the day, I'm posting the covers every day. So, you know, I put covers that I think are great, and hopefully you will too. They're old school covers. And then there are days
That'd be
like the
great.
day where
Love those.
I was supposed to match. I was going to match the character of the day that was the Scorpion, but I didn't do the Scorpion. I did a Scorpion cover, you know. So I do things like that. So, but it was a great House of Mystery cover. I'm also a part owner of Comic Logic, the only comic store in Loudoun County, Virginia. So if you're in Northern Virginia, come see us. And then every second and third Thursday of the month, I'm on a show, Ye Grumpier Old Nerds, that is with the two other owners of Comic Logic, Rob Kalin and my best friend Mike Harbor, and I do that show. So you can find us there. We're in the same room talking nonstop nonsense together, and that's where you can find me there. So
Perfect.
hopefully you like my covers. If you like the covers I do, you know, give me some feedback. If you know, like I said, it's old school, baby. So that's what you get. I'm an old man. So
Perfect. Ladies and gentlemen, as far as YouTube goes, if you're watching this right now and you haven't hit the like button or subscribe button yet, please go ahead and do so. We are at 917 right now. We are
What's
on
taking you so long?
Yeah, we are on the big
that button
close
already.
1,000. So please
On the
help
cusp.
us get there. Absolutely. And the last thing before we get started on some awesome covers, Dan, I'm going to have you get us started today. But right now, don't forget our sponsor. Go ahead and head over to W Energy, w.gg.com, or yeah, w.gg. I can't talk today.
W Energy, W.gg.
Yes, use keyword code -X to save 10% on your order at checkout. There
Nice.
you go.
Great. It's good
God
stuff.
almighty, that was a chore to get through.
Dan,
Dan,
it's gonna be one of those shows, baby. Come on.
it is. Let's do it. Dan, start us off, man. Hi guys. Show us some DC awesomeness. What do you got?
I've only got 2 DC books this week.
Okay.
So I'm all caught up on my reading except for the stuff that I got this week. So I'll probably start reading some of that tomorrow. But I got Detective Comics. What is this? 10.
I'm trying, Tone. I'm trying.
10
Oh, yeah,
73,
go
which-
ahead. Sorry.
That's really nice Dark
1073. Yep.
I am loving all the covers with Detective right now. I haven't read any of it because, from what I understand, it is a long read and it's best to read it all in one instead of in pieces.
I've actually been enjoying the Batman book more than I've been enjoying Detective right now, but not to say Detective's not good, because it is. But yeah, they're both good.
Yeah.
And then the other book I got this week, I've been loving this series so far, is
Oh
Green
yeah.
Arrow number 3.
So good.
Nice.
Some of
the
the
writing's
best
been
DC's
great, the
putting out
art's
right
been
now.
great.
Right on. All right, that's all you got for DC this
That's
week?
all. That's it for DC this week.
Okay. Sal, what about you? What do you got for DC?
I only got one book for DC,
Ooh.
and that is my Detective Comics 1020. What was the number again? 1073.
There we go.
1073.
Okay. Well, all right. That seems to be the big one so far. Uncle Gary, what do you got for DC this week?
All right, let's see. Since we're showing all the DCs, I did get the Harley Quinn, the newest Harley.
Nice.
That looks like a Doctor Strange cover.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
it
saw
does. It's Harley Strange. I got the Batman, the Adventures Continue.
That's
basically
animated series.
animated.
Right? Yeah.
Mhm. I dig that. I also got the Green Arrow, number 3. Great. I'm with Dan. Great book.
Yeah.
So I'm enjoying it. Personal friend Philip Kennedy Johnson's Action Comics. I'm digging that a lot. I'm enjoying the stories in there. So I haven't read this week's, like y'all, Broken Record, The Detective. So
I'll be showing mine here in a minute too. So.
but I added a little special to it. I also got the Kelly Jones variant.
Nice.
So the Kelly Jones variant.
Yeah,
And then I was going to show just the and also, with a title like Brave and the Bold, I'm going to get it no matter what it is. So
nice.
Brave and the Bold is one of my
That's
favorite
a great Joker
titles.
cover.
Yeah, it's a cool Joker cover, and like I said, Brave and the Bold is going to suck me in anyway since I have a complete run. A few things that came out a few weeks ago, I just want to highlight. Since I wasn't with y'all last week, the Nightwing book has been amazing. So if you're not reading this, and this one was done from his perspective, I think Dan talked about it last week, where looking through his eyes, the whole thing just phenomenal. And I'm really digging the Teen Titans.
Yeah.
A cool reintroduction of Brother Blood, which was really good. Have y'all read it?
Yeah.
Dan,
Yeah, it's the first one. Yeah.
Yep. So really cool. And then I know y'all had shown some of your Wonder Woman 800s. I got 2 of the variants. I got the
nice.
foil cover where she's doing the spin. She's doing the spin, and it's kind of neat. On the back side of this, there's kind of a neat little.
That's nice.
Wow.
That's kind of neat. So I dig that, and then I love me some Boland. So
yeah,
I got the nice Boland variant.
That's
so
nice.
Yep. So I know it's
Very
a few
good.
weeks old, but I want to. I hadn't seen y'all with these.
No,
so I
that's
wanna-
okay.
Thanks.
Is that it? Is that it for DC for
That's
you?
it for DC. Yep.
Okay. All right. Last but not least, let me go ahead and show you what I got. So I got my one book from Heroes Corner Comics this week, and it is Wonder Woman number 800.
That's a great cover.
I like that cover.
That's a nice one.
This is her first appearance. I can't remember her name to save my life today. But it's
Trinity,
Wonder Woman's. Yeah, I think so. Wonder Woman's daughter. Either way, I got it. It's awesome. It's amazing. I am in love.
Which is funny because when in the book, when they print the page that shows like all the different variant covers, that one's not printed in there.
Really?
Yeah, it's like towards the back they print all the different variant covers for the issue, and that one's not on there.
Well,
Because-
ladies and gentlemen, go to heroescornercomics.com and you can get one too.
That was a close call. I almost picked that one up, but it's like I can't get them. I don't want to get them all.
I wish I would have gotten that one.
We've all seen this one, so I don't think I need to show that anymore. So, ladies and gentlemen, I guess we all are getting Detective. That means that you should too.
Good luck. Yep.
Nice cover. Yep.
Can't go wrong there.
Kelly Jones, baby.
Gentlemen, I am following suit. I asked Jamie about this last week, and he said it was awesome. You guys just said it was too, and I'm glad I finally got a copy of it. So
Yes.
I'm
Nice.
going to start reading too.
It's a
I'm
good
excited.
book.
Yep. Excellent start.
Who's writing right now? Taylor. Ooh,
Yep.
interesting.
And
Okay.
I like how he has the way that he writes the characters in there, that he writes it as they're not just the same characters they've been, that they're actually grown up. Like,
Nice.
especially a character like Raven, you can definitely see, the difference in her character when she was first introduced to the way that she is now. And it's like, yeah, it's a natural progression. It's a natural growth.
I'm glad you said that, because what I'm looking for in this is not a teenage book, right? I'm looking for adult heroes doing adult things in an adult team, and I want to see Titan.
Whoa, wait.
No.
What
You
are we
know
talking
what I
about?
mean. You know what I mean.
Hey, it's after dark. They can do that, Sal.
I want to see Titans on the level of Justice League, right? Because
Yeah.
like in Marvel, you've got the Avengers, you've got the X-Men, et cetera, et cetera. Titans need to be on that level, and I'm excited to read it.
And
Well, they're
Happy
ascending to
Meal's
that
been on the
spot.
Justice
They're
League
ascending
too.
to be the league right now.
Nice.
With the league being gone, they are,
Right.
they are taking the place of the league. So
Nice.
yeah, that's what they're doing.
Good.
The
Well,
first issue was so good.
the first issue?
So good.
Good. I
Second,
can't wait.
have you read the second yet, Dan?
Yeah, that was good too.
Oh, Sal,
Well, I'll
did you
be
read the
picking
second?
that up.
Not yet. I've not read the second one yet.
Oh, really good.
Well, we'll get into that in a minute. I would love to talk more about Titans, but let's talk about former Justice League members with I think is the best DC has to offer right now in single titles, and that is Superman. Unreal, amazing. Williamson is doing wonderful work on this. Superman is back to form, and it is a beautifully written book with a lot of heart, and I love it.
That's a great cover too. I love that cover.
I got the C cover for that. I didn't like the B cover. Dan, you showed that last week, I think.
No, I got the
Jamie,
A cover.
Okay, then Jamie showed it. I was not a fan of it, but this cover I thought was really awesome.
That's great. Yeah.
Yeah, I really loved this. So this is my last for DC for the week. Sal, why don't you take us down the road of independence?
Okay, for indie, I've got one.
Okay.
Da-da-da. I have Vanish, number 8.
All right.
This is a great book. I love this story so far. I've not read this particular issue yet. I haven't read anything yet, but this is a great series. Definitely should pick this up.
What is the series about? Because you guys have shown it, and I don't know much about it.
I'll let Dan do the summary on this one. He describes it better than I do.
Okay.
I'll let Dan describe this one better.
Well, Dan, why don't you go ahead and take it away?
For indies, I also got Vanish.
Nice.
So yeah, it's the story of basically there were all these kids that I guess that were part of this mystic school, and they were, there was the good mystic, or like the good magicians and the bad magicians, and the guy that was the head of the bad magic users, they was attacking him. A lot of people die. They think he's dead. They think all the bad guys are dead, blah, blah, blah. Fast forward to the future, which is where the book picks up, or not the future, but the current day where the book picks up. And, the main character is just living this average kind of life. And there's these superheroes that start popping up, and he realizes these superheroes aren't really superheroes. Like, they're the bad magic users. And he decides that he's going to start hunting them and killing them.
Wow.
And like reclaiming the magic. And then it just gets deeper and deeper and deeper into what's going on with him, and what's going on with what happened to some of these other younger characters, or some of these other younger magic users as they grew older. And he was supposed to be this like big savior kind of one.
It sounds good.
It is. It's graphic. It's got some good artwork and art sequences in it.
I'm not doing the description of it justice, because it's so far it's only 8 issues in, but it's so far very dense in the world building and stuff that they've done. But yeah, it's definitely been a crazy ride so far.
Okay.
Yeah.
I also got Blue Book number 5.
Yes. What cover is that?
I usually buy the A covers, but this week I thought the B cover was just. This is the B cover. I thought it was just so much better than the A cover.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
For anyone a fan of 90s Image, I got Local Man #5
Nice.
with the
Ooh, flip cover.
on it, which, yeah, this book has been a whole lot of fun to read so far. And then this book, I guess it's a story by James Tinian, but someone else is actually writing it and doing it. It's The Oddly Pedestrian Life of Christopher Chaos.
That is a mouthful.
Yeah, what a title.
Yeah, I hadn't heard about it. I just saw it on the shelf. One of the guys, Travis, at the comic shop we go to, had, they have their like recommended thing up there, so that was his recommended one. And I was
Wow.
flipping through it on the different copies they had on the shelf because they have a couple different covers, and this was the only one they had that had this like foil,
Ooh.
this foil
Title.
logo. So I don't
Mhm.
know if I just happened to get the last foil logo that was on the shelf, or if this was some, one of those like limited runs, where they'll like mix it in and not really say anything about
Yeah.
it. So I don't know. Time will tell, but it
Fair
looked
enough.
pretty interesting. I flipped through it. The artwork looked good. So we'll see.
All right. Is that it for Independence for
Yeah,
you?
that's it for indies.
Okay. Uncle Gary, go ahead and continue down this road. Show us what you got for Independence this week.
All right, Independence. This is an older one that I hadn't read. I bought the second issue of a series, and then I had to get the first issue. So I got Lamentation #1
Ooh.
here. It's a horror book. So my buddies at Comic Logic have told me it's I think it's an actress is going to be a part of a play that's a horror play, and then she finds out it's real. The circumstances are real, and that
What-
she's trapped in it now.
What
So I look forward.
company's, putting that out.
Omni or Oni. I'm
Oh,
sorry,
Oni. Wow. Okay.
Oni Press. So here's issue 2. But what really gravitated me toward this was a full-page ad on the back cover.
And
Comic Logic.
There we
Ah,
go.
look at that.
So
Nice.
we made a at the retailers meeting that they had in Pittsburgh this year.
Mhm.
Rob and Mike, they had made a donation to charity, a raffle type of thing, and they won a full page ad in
Wow.
Oni Press. So they lived up to what they said they were going to do, and it's nice to have that. So
That's
You know,
wonderful.
it's a national book. And then I bought a trade. I love this series, Junkyard Joe
Oh
Um,
yeah, that was really good.
by Jeff Johns and Gary Frank. I really like Frank's work, and I really dig this universe that he's setting up. That started with Geiger, and then they had the 80-page special that had the Red Coat in it and some other characters. And I really dig the Junkyard Joe. I dig the art. It's just really
Nice.
interesting book. So I've had a lot of fun with it. So I've enjoyed it. I mean,
Nice.
it's not really a fun story, but it's a cool comic story. So
Yeah.
Nice.
but
And that's it for
anyway,
you for Independence?
That's it for Andy. Yep, that's my ending.
Okay. All right. And I will put a cap on this before we go into the Mighty Marvel. For Independence this week, I have the latest issue of The Last Ronin. This is cover B.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
Love that. I'm loving
Nice.
the story. I think it's really good. This is great turtle stuff. And I have cover C here too, which I think looks pretty awesome. Take a look at that.
that is nice. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. Yeah, really cool. I dig that. And Dan, like you, I got Blue Book, but I got the A cover. The A cover looks pretty cool, but the B cover that you have, I think, looks better.
Yeah.
I
I mean, the
like
A cover
this
is not
one.
terrible, but
Yeah.
I saw them both on the shelf, and like I thought the B cover just popped a bit more.
Oh yeah.
But Tim, the UFO is you, baby.
Oh, dude, all the way.
Yeah, I
I've been
Yeah.
loving this story every month that it's come out. When I get my comics, if this is in the pile, this is first to get read. So it's wonderful. If anybody hasn't read it, read it. You will love it. And then I got a mail call from Dan today. And I am so glad I have this, Dan. Thank you very much
Oh,
for
you're
sending it to me. Void Rivals
Ah,
#1.
nice.
Yeah, the impossible book to find that's sold out everywhere. That's why you have friends at the Codex Station.
Mhm.
And that's it. That's all I got for Independence. So, Uncle Gary, why don't you go ahead and get us started with the Mighty Marvel?
All righty. So I'm going to just backtrack just a little bit with the Marvel because we were talking about the George Perez covers.
Mhm.
And I have one from several weeks ago that I don't think you all put up, but is the FF with the Impossible Man cover.
Ooh.
Yeah, that was the
Yeah.
first of this series.
Of the set. Right.
Yeah.
So if you did put it up, I'm sorry I missed it, but I love
that.
love me some Impy. I think one of the covers of the week I did the Impossible Man summer special from 1991.
Nice.
You know. I know Dan, you showed this last
Oh
week.
yeah,
The Vision cover. I love the Vision on there. And it's just since I got this the Scarlet Witch one by
Man.
Perez.
That's great.
Yeah, so it's a great Witch. This Hulk cover, the Perez
Ooh.
Hulk cover.
Is that
Yeah,
for the
nice.
new Incredible Hulk series?
Yeah, that's number one. That's one of the alternate covers.
Kevin's got
So
a
I have-
question here. Is that the list years? Does anybody know what he's talking about?
Lost
The Lost Years.
Lost Years of what?
for George Perez.
Oh, yeah, these covers, I haven't seen them before. So I don't know if they were from commissions maybe or where they got these images from.
I read that what they did was they went with his family and like went through all the artwork that he had left behind
Wow.
Okay.
in his studio, and they combed through stuff that it's all stuff that was previously unreleased. So it's
Nice.
Nice.
I guess like commissions that he did, or just stuff that he was like, hey, I just drew this for fun or whatever, and they just combed through all the stuff and picked out the ones that they thought were best to put on this series of covers. I think there's gonna be like 20 something of them.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, and I'm going to get them all, just like I have all the timeless ones, from the villains and from the heroes that they had before. So it's just, I'm going to get them all. I'm a sucker like that. I know you showed this a few weeks ago, but I just wanted to reiterate how great this Jim Chung Hulk cover is.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And, the Hulk's logo was in the cinder block. And so to have the Hulk logo and the giant cinder block behind him, I think is an amazing image. And then another Avengers, and I'm with you. I know, Tim, you're talking about how much you love the Avengers book.
Mhm.
I'm really digging it so far. But this was
So
like
good.
the corner box cover with the Vision.
Ah,
That's
nice.
And that's
Mark
pretty.
Brooks.
Go ahead.
That's
Dan.
cool.
I was gonna say, is that Mark Brooks?
I'm not sure. Let's
Sal, you want to take a look at that?
I'll take a look.
Okay.
Yes,
Sal's
it's
got
Brooks. It's Brooks.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Because I think that's another series of them that they're going to be doing. Because he posted a couple of them on his Instagram a while ago. So I think that's another kind of series of them they're going to do.
Yeah, that's supposed to be reminiscent of the corner boxes.
Yeah.
So
nice.
all right. I know, Sal. Tim. This one's going to hurt. So if you don't want to look, the new Spider-Man, and I got to say something. I kind of dug the Doc Ock in this issue. We weren't dealing with all the other stupid stuff, right? It was a Doc Ock issue, and I kind of enjoyed that.
I have my thoughts, and I'll
Yeah.
get into that in a minute.
Yeah. Well, right. Listen, if he walked on water, you wouldn't be happy with him. I get it.
I'd be like, liar,
Liar. It's
blasphemer."
It's frozen water. It's ice. Storm 2.
Nice.
Oh. I love number 1. I have not gotten 2 yet, but
Yeah,
number
I
1 I
haven't read.
enjoyed.
I enjoyed 1. I haven't read 2 yet, so I'm looking forward to that. Daredevil and Echo.
Okay.
That's a sweet spot.
Yep.
Right there.
Daredevil. There we go. Daredevil and Echo. Number 2. I really dig this Thor cover.
Ooh.
So
Is that Hella?
Yeah.
yes,
Hella.
Wow.
Hella
Hella
good hair.
good. Riding
Hella
a dead
amazing.
stag. So there you go. So
I've been known to be called a red stag from time to time. So
red stag or dead
Yeah.
stag?
both.
Red, if Hella rode you and said it was a dead stag, that ain't so good.
I guess that's a compliment from her since she rules the underworld.
Underworld.
Yeah,
Well, there you go. and you rocked her underworld, didn't you?
that's right.
Ghost Rider, man, I'm liking this Ghost Rider series and I'm liking the Danny Ketch one too.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
and Danny Ketch is in this series too.
Ooh, nice.
Did you know that, there's a Ghost Rider Wolverine merge coming up, the next couple of months. It's going to be called something like Ghost Arena or something like that.
Wolverine.
Ghost
Ghosterine.
Yeah, so I
Wow.
just saw an ad for it. It's going to be a merge of Ghost Rider and Wolverine.
Okay.
That sounds like an 80s synth pop group.
I know.
Yeah. Well,
It's like, what the hell?
what's it called? Ghosterine?
Yeah, something like that.
It's
I gotta look it back up.
mouthwash that fights back.
It
Well, I
was
guess
one of
that's
the
better.
covers-
That's better than Wolst. So
Yeah.
we'll go with that.
It was one of the books I was just reading.
Dan,
The
you and I appreciated that joke.
Yeah.
so.
That's right. The Captain America Symbol of Truth book, and then a couple facsimiles. Now, Sal, I know you got. I mean, Tim, you got the real deal of this not long ago.
Yeah.
I do
yeah,
actually.
yep.
I have a real actual copy of that.
Yep. But again, I'm all for these books because they give people a affordable alternative to buy these. Because even sometimes it could be tough on the wallet to buy the collected editions.
Oh, it was
But-
when I got mine.
Yeah. Well, but to buy this,
Yeah.
buy this single one like this, you can get all the ads.
Yeah.
And this is such a great story. That
Mhm.
ended. The Gwen. The great Gwen Stacy saga with the Goblin. And
Well,
then
see, and the good thing about them facsimiles, hold that back up real quick if you don't mind. The good thing about that, ladies and gentlemen, is don't feel bad about getting those because those are considered variant covers right along the line
Yes.
of the issue itself. So, like you
Well-
said, Uncle Gary, if that's the closest you can get right now, get it.
Right.
It's a story you can't deny.
there's so many. Brave and the Bold 28 is one of the most important books I have, and there's so many variants of them.
Yeah.
And I think the only variant I don't have, there's a Monopoly edition.
Right.
That came with a Monopoly game, and that's like the only one I don't have, so it's kind of neat. And then the last facsimile I have.
That is not a facsimile. Oh my God.
That's not. Oh, I'm sorry, my bad. I don't know how these get mixed in. The
Stop
fellas
showing
didn't-
off.
I didn't even show this facsimile to the fellas the other day.
Ah.
Yeah, you're right, because it says 12 cents and the other one's got the adjusted
Oh
price.
my God.
I don't know how this happens. You just
Sal,
Yeah,
how did that book go pass by you without being noticed while you were there?
we didn't show it. Though
Oh.
though the other day it was funny when they came over, they're looking at stuff and they're looking at just the stack I have, and I've got Silver Surfer 4 in there, and they're like, "What the hell? You didn't even show this." I'm like, "Man, I don't know what's laying around here."
Yeah, it was. It was just a random stack of comics he had sitting.
Oh,
like,
my
It wasn't even on top. It was like on the bottom of the stack.
Yeah, it was in the middle of the stack. So
we weren't even
yeah, who knows
filming
where
yet.
this came from.
I was just like, "Oh, what's this?" And I just kind of flipped through, and I'm like, "You just have this like randomly lying around." Like,
It's like coffee table books.
Yeah.
It's in one of those boxes.
Yeah,
Like,
and it's funny. We weren't filming at that time because that would have been funny because they were like, "What the hell, man?" But this one, it's a little beat, but it ain't bad.
God, just to see it on camera is jaw dropping.
Oh, the other day when Dan hugged the book, I think it was Brave and the Bold.
I saw
28.
that. Yep.
That was great. He was in Nirvana. So those are my marbles.
All right, Dan. Why don't you go ahead and show some Marvel love today?
well, you want me to follow that up?
Yes.
Better to you than me. All right.
All right. Well, I also got Daredevil and Echo #2. I guess it's going to be. I picked up the first one because I thought it was a one shot. I guess it's a mini series. I think it's 4 issues.
Yeah, I think it's 4 or 5. I want to say 4.
Yeah. I got She-Hulk #14.
Yes. Haven't read it yet. On my top list.
Yeah, which is this book's been a lot of fun.
Yeah. I
4.
I
Should
think
be
it's
4
safe to
issues,
say
yeah.
that you are loving that series as much as I am.
Oh
And
yeah.
I-
Oh yeah. I dig it.
And I started reading it on a recommendation from you.
And and it's funny, like I saw someone online complaining about the covers of this. Like, I love the covers. Like,
Covers are
yeah,
amazing.
they're not really like telling you too much about the story that's in them, but like they're all really nice and like they're all visually striking when you see them on the rack.
Yeah.
It's a
yeah.
clean cover. It's clean
Yeah,
too, without
yeah.
a lot of background, and it pops.
Yep.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the last one I got Thor 35.
Nice.
That's a great
I love
cover.
it here.
Yeah, which is the last issue of the book, and then it's going to be restarting with a new issue 1 for the Immortal Thor.
Right on.
Once again, because another book Marvel had to end early because Donny Cates like dropped everything.
Yeah. Well, all right, Dan, that's good for Marvel for you today then.
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and jump in. Sal, you will bring up the rear. So, I haven't read it yet, but Uncle Gary, you already showed it once. But I did read issue 27. So I got 28, and this is on the bottom of my stack to read. So I'll get to it when I get to it. I'm not.
Well, I'd like to hear what you have to say about that when you read it, though, because it wasn't bogged down with all the other crap, like what did Peter do and all that. It was a Doc Ock story. You know?
So I read 27, and I honestly tried, guys. I really did, but
He's still tainted.
I am. As soon as they started destroying Dr. Octopus's arms and stuff, and he's just like, F these, I don't need these worthless POSs anymore. I'll get rid of them. Just toss them out and destroy them. My new arms will destroy them. The new arms look like shit. That's what they look like. They don't look good at all. Gold Goblin is a gold-laced turd, and Spider-Man's new suit looks like ham-hocked shit too. I fucking hate it. There's your F-bomb for the night, ladies and gentlemen.
I thought
Tim, you're on the fence with this. You should be more decisive.
The only good part about this is the Ed McGuinness artwork. McGuinness, you're doing great. You're doing awesome. You are single-handedly saving.
But McGuinness did not do the cover art, did he? Because
No.
I cannot stand the cover art.
No, that's not him. But the interiors are amazing. Zeb Wells, you are an angry, tiny little man, and I can't wait for you to get off of fucking Spider-Man. There's 2. God Almighty! All right,
Tim, you
Or be on our show, 1 to 2.
You definitely said before that you were going to stop reading Spider-Man after
but
the whole the death issue.
But like somebody that enjoys beating himself up a little too much, I was like, I'll give it a try. And
you're a masochist.
I hated it, so I'm not going to read anymore until
I'm
next.
going to read it, but I'm not going to enjoy it.
Until next month when he's showing his pulls off and he shows Amazing Spider-Man number 29.
So here's another 28, but this has somebody awesome on the cover instead of somebody not awesome. This is the She-Hulk Stormbreakers version. And I dig this because she's given a little flex and tear in that suit.
That should have been a variant for her book, though.
Right? That's what I thought it was at first, but that's not. That's an Amazing Spider-Man.
That's how they tricked you.
Yeah. Bunch of jerks. Speaking of She-Hulk, let's go ahead and go with issue 14. Cannot wait to read this. I love the series. Guys, if you're on the fence about She-Hulk, pick it up. It is such a fun, awesome read. Very, very good.
The opposite of Amazing Spider-Man.
Yeah, it is. And Uncle Gary, like you, I got the facsimile for 122.
Yep.
Can't go wrong.
Nope. And you can put it side by side with your real deal, baby.
Oh, yeah. So let's go ahead and get into some back issue gems this week.
Sal didn't do his Marvel.
Oh, that is right. See, it's been so long since I've done this, since it's been 7 days. Go ahead, Sal.
Sal, he said you were bringing up the rear. But
I was bringing up the rear.
That's better than holding up the rear.
I was gonna say, or doing something with the rear.
Let's do
it. All right, so let's go ahead and start off with good old Carnage, number 14.
Great,
nice.
Great covers.
Before the crossover with the whole Carnage Reigns situation has been a really excellent series, and Carnage and Cassidy have just been showing their real insanity level is just like up a notch.
Wow.
So this is part of the Carnage Reigns thing, and this is Omega. It all ends here.
Ooh.
Dun dun dun. Spoiler alert: I haven't read it yet, so don't know what happens.
Nice,
but I'm assuming he loses.
Yeah,
right.
I would think so.
So this is the one of the new books, Heralds of Apocalypse #1. This is the prelude to the fall of the X.
So I heard a rumor about that. Mm-hmm. Apocalypse is going good.
We don't want to spoil it. We don't want to spoil it. That's probably the rumor is probably that's the way it's looking, but we'll see what happens.
Okay,
I never would have believed that because I don't think Apocalypse could never be.
No,
Good.
As soon as I heard it, I was like, who told you that? Because that is a
Yep.
bold-faced lie.
So I've got Extreme Venomverse number 3.
Nice.
Now, if we remember, Tim, was it like 2 weeks ago now that we did a show and I did a live unboxing of my Heroes Corner stuff?
Of your
Like, I had
15
a ton-
Extreme Venomverse comics?
Yeah, I had a lot of on there as well. So I'm about a month behind on you guys. You guys got a lot of issues I don't have yet. But I've got X-Men Red number 12.
Ooh, very nice. Is that Rob
There's no red on
Liefeld?
that cover.
What's that?
Lie. There's no red on that cover. It's a lie. It's false advertising.
That's right.
Yeah.
Number 2.
Number 12.
Oh, yeah,
Number
the pants
12.
are red. All
Number
right.
12. Okay. All right. And we have Wolverine number 34, which has been actually a good series. I like this series a lot, so
I love that cover. That's nice.
it's pretty wicked.
Wolverine and Beast are going at it right now.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right. So I got Spider-Man number 27
Oh.
and number 28.
Oh.
And I don't know. I hate the covers. I really do. These covers are like, I don't know. These covers
The
are not
interior art
at
is
all.
so much better.
Yeah, I know. I started looking at them just before the show, and I was just like, okay, but I cannot stand the
covers
cover.
on those because yeah, you're right. They're not great.
I have Venom 21.
I like that. I like the new
Yep.
suit.
Also excellent series going on with this. It's not your typical run of the mill Venom, I think, anymore. To tell you the truth, I think
Nice.
he's really grown as a character in a power set type situation.
Instead of the
so-
just "I will eat your brains."
instead of I will just eat your brains. It's this. Yep.
Now he says, "Please."
Yeah, he says please. It's like Iron
And he,
Man.
and he
I am
wears a
Iron
napkin.
Man. What's that?
And he wears a napkin when he
He wears a
does it.
bib.
Nice.
A
Yeah, where's a
Yeah,
bib?
bib.
Dinner
Iron
etiquette,
Man
ladies and gentlemen.
I am Iron Man number 4.
I like that cover.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a pretty cool cover. And that wraps up my Marvel from my shop.
All
That's done.
right. Now let's get us
Now.
into some back issue goodness.
Yes.
Who wants to start? And not Uncle Gary, because he's going to show super awesome books that nobody can top. So we're going to save that for the last.
Listen, that was the big deal for tonight. The other stuff, I got because of the topic of the day. I went. You know,
Oh,
I
okay.
just went sweet nicer.
Well, let me
Yeah,
get
yeah,
mine out of the way.
And I
then.
gotta say, as a plug for when we do comic character of the week tomorrow, we're doing Thor.
Ooh, there we go.
All right,
All
I'll
right.
do a Thor cover.
I'll come by your house tomorrow and pick that book up so I can have it with me when we do the show, right?
That's right.
Sure.
Yes.
Will that make the show much better?
Yes.
yes. Yes.
All right. I'm
And
going
then
to
Dan needs to bring that book here to my house since he lives so
No.
close.
drive all the way to Tennessee so it can be safe.
This
I'll
book
hold
is going
it.
to get some frequent flyer miles.
That's right.
Let's get started with some back issue goodness, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're ready for this because we got some awesome comic history to show you. First, this is for all three of you. I thought of each and every one of you individually when I picked this up. Dan, it was initially because of the Shazam cover you showed on the Shazam Comic Character of the Week episode. Uncle Gary, because this is yours and my's connection character, the one we love together. And Sal, simply because you love the title and the character itself.
Nice.
There you go.
Ah, nice.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
had to get it, and I got it for $1. It was in the
Alex Ross,
dollar bin.
baby.
Yeah,
That's an awesome cover.
super awesome. Very happy to have this. I love it. I think
He's
it's
on my
pretty-
Mount Rushmore.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mine too.
He did like a whole series of covers similar to that for that JSA run.
They had the Flash one there,
That
and
That one was good too.
I think the Mr. Terrific.
Oh,
but
that one's real good.
that was it. But I saw that and I grabbed that one first.
I think I bought doubles of almost all of those because one of the things where I have like all the horror covers on top of the shelves when they come in is at some point I'll put all of those up, you know, and change it around,
Yeah.
you know, change the decor around a little.
So amazing. Going into Justice League, we're going to stick with DC for a little bit. I got Justice League Europe number 15. This is the first appearance of the Extremists and DC's Havoc.
Oh,
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, also got this for $1, so could not pass it up.
That's what I said
Uh,
last week when I was going through. Like, if you're going through the dollar bin and there's a first appearance and it's $1, get it.
Got it.
Like, it's $1.
yeah, definitely. I got Justice League of America from the New 52 run. This is number 2.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's after New 52. That's when Brian Hitch did it.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
Hold
This
up again.
Still in the New 52 costumes.
It
They
yeah,
are,
it
but
is,
that's
but
after.
That's after New 52 because yeah, I think that's the one
It
where
doesn't-
Brian
It
Hitch.
doesn't say New 52 on it.
No, but it has that DC logo during that time
right.
period. Okay, that's confusing then.
I
Yeah.
think
right
that's the
on.
one that. Yeah, I think
you must
that's
have
the one
you must have read it naked because Superman's like, ah.
Apparently, I don't know.
That's the one when Brian Hitch was writing and drawing it.
Yeah, that's the whole reason why I grabbed it. I have one other issue from that title in here somewhere, and I was like, well, I'll start getting more. And it's only 12 issues, I think, right?
Right.
Yeah, it's not long.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, it's not long. Next, I got Action Comics number 854. Love the cover.
Great
It's
cover.
pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this is the issue where Jimmy Olsen learns that Clark Kent is Superman. So
Oh,
there's that
finally he
too.
finds out.
Yeah. Let's get into I believe this is Perez artwork. Yeah, pretty confident it is. This is when he was doing Action Comics. This is the Brainiac trilogy part 3. Tell me this is not awesome.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that was $1 too. Can't pass it up. Any of these old Action Comics, the old Perez stuff, I will grab in a heartbeat. Let's see here. We've got some more Perez action going on here. This is Action Comics number 652.
Oh, that's cool.
No, this is part of the Day of the Kryptonian Man, part 6. And this is when Stern was doing the writing, I believe. Next, we got Catwoman. This is before Brubaker, but not too long before Brubaker. This is Catwoman number 11. Nice cover. I dig
Beautiful.
it. Yeah. Then we got in the middle of the Brubaker run. This is Catwoman number 25.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
Too shabby. Now we got 2 autograph books. Sal, these are coming to you soon. This is Lady Death, the Odyssey number 3, I believe. And it is signed right down there by
Nice.
Brian Pulido. Is
Oh,
that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's that.
That's cool. How
That-
minty is that?
I would say not minty fresh, but minty.
Okay. Decent.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll give it the once over when I get it.
I think that if it grades out, it'll grade between a 9.4 and a 9.6. Those are my estimates, but yours are
Okay.
more expert than mine. And then this is issue number 4, I think. And this is also signed by
Nice.
Cool.
him down there.
Awesome.
too.
Very good.
That's a lot of cleavage there. Woo!
There it is.
Yeah, that's amazing. So there are those. I got one more book. This is the big one for me for tonight. It's no Journey into Mystery, but this is going into my uninterrupted run of Uncanny X-Men. And with this book, that puts me at 192 to 544 unbroken.
Nice.
Nice.
Uncanny X-Men
Oh, that's
number
a good one.
192.
Oh, that's
Yep.
the great. That's a great. Warpath
War-
story.
Yep.
Where
First,
he was taking on the legacy of his brother, and he
Yep.
challenges Xavier. I love that issue.
yes, exactly.
That's also the first in continuity appearance of Firestorm.
Yeah, that's right. That is.
Yeah.
Yep.
Firestar.
Firestar, yeah.
Firestar, yeah,
And
that's right.
she is
Yeah.
right there, ladies and gentlemen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because before that she'd only appeared in like the cartoon and then
Yeah.
some Spider-Man is Amazing Friends comics. That's
Yeah.
the first time that she like joins the Marvel universe.
Yeah.
If I remember right, like Xavier didn't have his telepathic power at the time, and he had to talk him down just with like using psychology as you know.
Words.
Yeah.
I can't use my mind powers. I got to use real words.
Gotta use my words.
He's
Well-
still messing with your head, though.
Yeah, that's true.
Sal, what do you got for back issue gems this week?
Okay, I've got, well, this is not too much of a back issue, but I want to show it off anyhow. This is a JTC Avengers number 1.
Yeah.
Get it out of the sleeve there. There we go.
That's an awesome cover.
There
Oh,
it is.
there. Yep.
Look at
Love it.
that. And that
There
is
we go.
great.
I just love the negative space variants. They're
Yeah.
just wicked.
Nice.
So that's definitely a good one. And I got this one. Let me set you down right there. Let's get you out of the plastic, shall we? There we are.
oh,
X-Force number 1.
Rob
There we go.
Liefeld.
And Rob Liefeld, Mr. No Feet, Mr. Pockets himself,
Yeah.
and shoulder pads.
At a 9-2
And
sign.
9.2. Mhm.
That's not too bad.
Not too shabby.
Mr.
No.
draws guns that look like hair dryers.
Yes.
Yeah. Yep. And when you send me your books to be done by verified by CBCS, I will be throwing in my. You'll love this one. Hold on. Oh, I just ripped the bag.
I'm going to
on that
show
one.
you
All
the
right.
3 that I have before Dan goes.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
So I got this
Oh,
one as
nice.
well, signed by Mr. Feet. No Feet. but
Nice.
There are some feet there. And then I also have New Mutants number 100.
Oh, that's great.
And it's also signed by him, right under Warpath's chest.
Wow. That's wonderful.
That's a fun cover. I love that cover.
Yeah.
All right, so that's good for me. That's what I
Let,
got.
let me show you the signed books that
Okay.
I'm going to be sending your way. So we've got the Lady Death books, but I found this in my collection. This is Civil War number 5. This is signed by the Inker Vines.
Nice.
That'll
Oh.
be coming. Yep, I've
Mhm.
had that for quite a while. I think I paid 75 cents for this. Yep.
Oh, nice.
Look,
Yeah.
it's a cool. cover.
Then we've seen this before, that Spider-Gwen with the remark and the autograph.
Oh, that's
nice.
a real cool cover.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, this is the second printing.
What artist is that did that?
Latour.
Latour.
Yeah, that sounds right. Latour.
Yeah. Yeah, with a remark. And I've got the Jim Lee autographed book with
Yeah.
the Dynamic Forces. So,
Yep.
and that
See,
is
that's a
number.
great cover.
Oh yeah, that is number 67 of
Yeah.
250. So there's that. All right, Dan, go ahead and show us what you got for back issue stuff this week, if any.
I don't have any this week. After I got all the stuff at Time Warp last week, I just got my regular pulls this week.
Why don't you go
You know, like-
ahead and bless us with a look at that Iron Fist?
Yeah, give us a
Yeah,
little
right there.
preview. 3 or 4, 5
Yeah,
or 6.
them slabs there.
He's
Oh,
got a nice Avengers Annual 10 too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, yeah. So it's Iron Fist number 14.
Oh,
That's nice.
I bought this. I have the whole run of this, which isn't a long run, but it's Chris Claremont and John Byrne before they worked together on X-Men.
yeah.
And I bought the whole run of it years ago for, I don't know, probably like $30 for the whole run. 40,
Wow.
something like that. This, like I said, it was a long time ago before the prices like really
Yeah.
jumped up. And then I got that one. I
That
got
Captain America book looks pretty awesome.
the which one?
It does.
The Captain America book.
Oh yeah, the one that Sal gave me for Christmas. What Gary said, the Avengers Annual,
10. Yep.
and
Yeah, that's First Rogue.
First row.
yeah, first row. I got
Yeah.
this at Baltimore Comic Con a couple years ago for like $30 or $40 too for this. Something
Wow.
not too much. I had it graded myself, but I bought the book. I bought the
That-
book with that.
That book should be worth a lot more than it is right now.
Hey, did you know that book was an apology for Avengers 200?
Yeah, and I think it's too because she's not on the cover. So even there's that, and then just within arm's reach, I had this. I don't know if you looked through those shorts that I sent you yet, Tim, but this was one of the shorts I did.
That
Star
might be in the
Slayer.
second. Oh yeah, that's going to be up tomorrow or Monday.
So this is
Love that
Star
book.
Slayer issue 2. I know that Sal and Tim know the significance. I'm sure you do too, Gary. Right?
Oh, yeah.
The first appearance of the Rocketeer.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
As we've established on here before, I'm a Rocketeer fan. So
Yeah.
and
Oh,
this was one
really?
I got this super cheap too, like I don't know, just a few bucks, and it's not worth a lot. It's worth
Wow.
you could still get them off of eBay, pretty cheap. So
Okay.
if you want a cool story with some unbelievable artwork, and a first appearance, that's a good one to get.
Nice.
Well, the Star Slayer is not a bad book in itself.
Yeah, that one's a good one.
I
too.
really enjoyed that character, and I'm a big fan of Mike Grill anyway.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, Dan, thank you for showing us what's on the spinner rack. Now, Uncle Gary, why don't you go ahead and take the last bit of this and show us some awesomeness?
All right, so because of what later on we're going to talk about is why do we collect, I got nostalgic and I'm showing books from my first few years of collecting. So, I threw the big gun in Journey into Mystery all earlier. So this is just a nostalgia trip. And if I'm going to start nostalgia, and the fellas got to see this in person, but this is my Genesis book.
Yeah.
The Beat to Hell copy of JLA 111. Just Leave America 111.
And
This
you
is-
were
Mhm.
mentioning in the video for the Emporium that you really dug the 100-page books, right?
and then you're getting ready to see a whole stack of them, baby.
Nice.
And this book's Beat to Hell. It ought to look like that.
Wow.
Yeah. How's that?
Nice.
Is that better? There we go. So
Very
it
good.
ought to look like that. There we go.
Yeah.
So a little bit of difference, right?
yeah.
Mhm.
This is even my best copy. So my best copy's in the JLA file. But I was telling Sal that the only books I've ever taken to get graded are the 2 Swamp Thing 9s that I had, because that book's my favorite cover of all time. That was my first Swamp Thing of all, that I ever bought. But it's my favorite cover, and with my daughters, we'll get my collection eventually. But I want them to have a graded copy of that, and it's important. But I think I want to get a graded copy of 111 too. So I've looked to find one. I've never seen one for sale, so I might have to send one of mine in. So, but
Do
we'll
it.
see what happens.
Yeah.
It's the 4th of July, so we need to celebrate the bicentennial. And when you think bicentennial, who doesn't think Aquaman on a seahorse with a flag?
That's the first thing that comes to my mind.
don't.
Yep. So anyway, that's Adventure 446. And then what was cool, if you look at the top, it's DC Comics salutes the bicentennial.
hmm
This masthead only ran for 1 month, which is nuts. So this, they could have ran this for several months. But I don't know
Turn
why
it more. Turn it more. There you go. There you go.
There you go.
I was
Oh,
getting
yeah.
the light on it. There we go. How's that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
But anyway, like I said, great Jim Aparo cover, but Aquaman being patriotic. So
There you go.
here we go. Oh, one of my very first Spectre covers.
Oh, that's cool.
That's
Look at
nice.
that.
Love
That's
seeing that.
That's another pair. Yeah, I got that for you, Tim. I figured you would like that.
So
This only-
good.
This only ran, and they changed the name, the logo a little bit. Weird Adventure, but it was only a 10-issue run. But oh my God, what a 10 issues! It's been collected a lot, but Tim, when you go a little further on the Spectre, you only got 10
Yeah.
of these to get, baby. So
The thing that I liked about when you guys were talking about those 12 and 10 centers is when you were talking about like the title took up half of the cover.
that was the 10. That was the golden age, right?
Yep.
Those golden age books where the masthead
Yeah.
is easily a third of the cover. I just dig those, man.
Yeah.
So when I get my golden age books, that's what I try to target, is to get the large masthead. I showed you the Batman 15 when he's shooting
Yeah.
the gun. That was a big deal because issue 16, the logo shrunk.
Well,
So-
do you think that, and we can gloss over this briefly now and go into it deeper later, but do you think that the reason why a third of the cover was the logo was because of how it was positioned on newsstands?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because a lot of those were clipped, remember,
Yep.
too. They
Right.
and you watch the old shows, you see the books clipped on there, and you're like,
Yeah.
oh my God, I wish I
It'd
had
be
that
like
book.
this.
Oh my God, they're clipping it, But they
Mhm.
would show it, and you could see it from a distance.
Ah, makes sense. Okay.
Yep. So I believe that was what. The first issue of Commandy I ever bought.
Oh,
Nice.
And what these 100 pagers that I'm showing you, when I get to them, a lot of those I have upgraded, but I can't turn them back in, and can't,
Mhm.
because my buddy Damien gives me credit and I buy more books. I just can't do it because I bought them, It's not, if it was a book that I didn't originally have, I can let it go a little. But even then with the 100 pagers, it's shaky. So I'm so nostalgic. This is my first Flash cover of all time.
Wow.
that I ever
Flash
bought.
reading the Flash.
Yep,
That's a good one.
228, no, 227. So that was my first Flash book. These are all pretty much these are all 1974. The Aquaman was a 76. My
Wow.
first Superman issue.
Oh, that's a great cover.
Yep, he's being pulled through the earth and he's grabbing onto the U. So,
Nice interaction with the logo.
I love when they use the logos interactively. So
That's cool.
all right, 100 pages. You ready? Here we go.
Yep, let's do it.
Do it.
All right. World's Finest. The
Oh.
great World's Finest. What am I? 225. 225. So,
Nice.
Batman and Superman action right there.
and then you got the reprints in there too. So you're getting some love from the other. And Dan and I talked about that a little bit. That's where so much comic knowledge that stuck in here was because all the reprint stories they had in these. You get one new story and some new features, but it was about the reprints. This was my first Brave and the Bold, 114, Batman and Aquaman. Jim Aparo did the main cover here, and Aquaman was a badass in this book.
Wow.
And I think that affected me, that he's my favorite character because of the portrayal in this book. So
100 pages for only 60 cents.
60 cents. And the very first year of the 100 pages, they were 50 cents. So it's even better. All right, this is for you again, Tim. A Spectre, Batman and the Spectre.
Very nice. Always
Yep.
awesome to see them team up.
Yep. And that would have been a great full page cover. I know it's harder to see where, and shit, I'm there.
Right
there
there.
it is.
Perfect.
Right there.
Yep. So the Spectre materializing through the wall, and the the Indian god getting ready to stab old bats.
That's not going to happen. We know that doesn't happen.
Brave and the Bold, Batman and Sergeant Rock.
Oh, wow.
That's
a little firing squad action.
Yep.
He must have been a bad boy. Second issue of JLA I ever got, 112.
Ooh.
Amazo. So cool story time with this. In issue 111, that was my first issue. Libra, who had never appeared again, and then until Final Crisis a few years ago, he appeared in that. But 111, my first one, he stole half their powers, and so the JLA has got to get their powers back because Libra dissipated into the ether. And how do you get your powers back? Well, you reactivate Amazo and let him suck the powers back down. And so they reactivate Amazo and then have to take the powers back from him. So really cool story.
Those old Justice League covers, I love the floating heads they have on the
Oh,
spine.
absolutely. The floating heads are the bomb, baby.
Yeah.
All right, my man, Bernie Wrightson.
Ooh.
Oh, that's
Weird. Yeah.
That's
This
nice.
was the 50 center. Yeah.
100
this one
pages
actually-
of weird.
Weird. It's weird. Weird mystery tales.
Wow.
And it was 100 page or so. Some of the hard books there. Another great Aparo Batman detective cover. Dan had an old detective he bought a few weeks ago. He had in his stack, and that was a little bit after the 100 pages, but there's another great Aparo. And this is during the Manhunter run, which was written by Walt Simonson, which was or drawn by him, not written by him.
Yeah.
Goodwin wrote it, but the Paul Kirk Manhunter character, just great. Great.
Yeah, that was so good. And that collected volume they did of all the Manhunter shorts, that was great.
And there was a final story in that Manhunter run that Goodwin and Simonson were going to do together, and Goodwin died. So Simonson told the story, but there were no words.
Nice.
That was his tribute to Archie, was to tell the story but with no words. So really cool.
The oldest detective comic I have is 379 from 1968.
That's close to mine. My oldest is 44.
Wow. That's nowhere near close.
I know. It's a little bit of level. But 379 is awesome. I'm 280. My uninterrupted run of detective is 288 up.
Jeez.
So that's 60 years. That's 60 years of detective I have uninterrupted. The great Joe Kubert.
Gotta
So,
love it.
Yeah.
There we go. That's what I need to do.
That man inspired so many, not including his son.
Oh yeah.
Oh, listen. Oh yeah. Well, look at his art school. He's teaching. He's teaching there. Superboy and the Legion.
That's a good one.
Let me
Nice.
come on, guys. Come on, buddy. Man.
right
you
there,
go.
right there.
Fighting the glare. Fighting the
That's good.
glare.
There you go.
Wow.
I know.
Anyway,
That's great.
The Wrath of the Devilfish. Got a hold of Superboy. The fellas at Comic Logic saw a copy of this book that we had there.
Ooh.
And it's got a significance to it. You remember what it was, fellas? It's first appearance or something. Arkham.
Arkham, yeah, Arkham Asylum or Arkham Hospital.
Our Arkham Hospital in that book. Hey, way to remember that. Yep.
Sal,
Arkham
you get a
Hospital.
do you know point.
Yeah, thank you.
Good job.
I remembered something.
Yeah, you remember that. An unexpected, 100-page unexpected.
Very nice.
Well, that's unexpected.
Something's up in that attic, getting ready to grab them.
Ladies
Yeah.
and gentlemen, we are going through comic history right now. What decade are we in, Uncle Gary?
70s. These are most of these books are from 74. Some of
Yeah.
them from 75. And then here's my last 100-pager. This is my first Flash 100-pager.
Oh.
So
Oh, that's great.
some books were 100-pagers every month for about a 6-month span or
Yeah.
7 month. Some of them were sporadic, like that Flash 227 I showed you was my first Flash. Here's Flash 229, and I think the next one was 233, maybe became a 100-pager. So they
Wow.
would sporadically do them, but it's just God, so much fun to get these and to have these, and got a Jay Garrick and a Ragdoll cover. So
Nice.
so like I said, no, none of these are high dollar. In top shape, most of these books are would probably run you 50 or 60.
Nice. Can you do me a favor and
Yes.
just show that Journey of Mystery one more time? Let's end the night looking at that.
You want to see the facsimile?
No, not at all. Oh, no.
You want to see the other facsimile?
Yes, the one that's the 12. There it is. Oh, don't tease. Oh my God.
And like I
Okay.
said, the fellas didn't get to see that one the other day. They did see in '85 first Loki.
Yeah.
Wow.
Man,
So
awesome.
my Journey into Mystery run into Thor is this is '83.
Mhm.
After '83, I have all of them.
Oh my God. Okay. That's enough of that.
So what
Jeez.
would you think the price tag of that one is right now, Gary?
What? How much this cost?
Yeah, well, how much do you think it's worth right now?
Okay,
If
so
I'm
I
gonna go out and try to
bought
find it.
I bought I bought this about it's been about 5 years ago or something, and it was a lot cheaper. Right now, in the shape it's in, I'm sure this book is $4,000 at least.
Oh,
least.
Okay.
Probably more. I'm probably being conservative because
No,
during
it's
COVID things shot up so nuts, and I know things have leveled off some a little bit, but this book I'd say between $4,000 and $6,000, because
That's not bad.
it's got some condition issues on it, but
Right.
Journey in Mystery '83, I'll take it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and end it on that high note. If you want to see more walks through comic book history, just remember Uncle Gary's going to be with us every weekend for After Dark, along with the rest of us here.
Yep.
The books overshadow everything. So if you want to see more awesomeness like that, Dan, what do they need to do?
They need to go check us out online at thecodexstation.com. You can find links to all of our different social media presences on the internet there. You can find merch. You can find little bios and pictures of all of us, and just go there and have a good time.
There you go. Make sure to hit the like, share, subscribe, and follow on any platform you're watching us now, especially with your favorite social media platforms and all that jazz. Don't forget, we got the Patreon right there, ladies and gentlemen, for you to check out for the price of a cup of coffee. If you so please, you get awesome exclusive merch and things like that, only available to patron members. Also, Sal, where can people find you when you are not doing Codex stuff?
All right. When I'm not here on the Codex Station, you can always find me on YouTube under Sal's Comic Corner and on Instagram as the Slab Guy 77.
There we go. And Dan, what about you when you're not Instagramming on Instagram? Where they can they find you on Instagram?
Yeah, you can find me live on Instagram.
Don't say Instagram. Yeah, you can find me on Instagram at Dan Kelly Art. I post there a few times a week. Art, writing, music, whatever strikes my fancy. Like this thing drawing that I am working on, that I have been working on for a long time, because it's taken me a long time to get it. How many times am I going to say a long time?
One more time. How long?
Yeah, go give me a follow and like some stuff and leave some comments. Let me know what you think and what you want to see me draw next. And then
There you go.
right here beside me, the latest member of the posse, the latest member of the Fun Bunch.
Uncle Gary, where can people find you when you're not here on Codex?
I'm happy to be here, but unlike Dan, I don't know if I want anybody striking my fancy. You know? Hands off of that. And again, I'm proud to be here, fellas. Thank you for having me. So I'm on I'm on Facebook. I'm OP Taylor on Facebook. On the Comic Character of the Day site, I am currently putting up all the covers we have. So if you have any input on the covers, you like them, you don't like them, let me know. If you say it's too old school, I'm not going to listen to you, but that's okay. Look, I'll treat you like
opinion.
I'll treat you like a third world country. You'll have a vote. It won't count, but you get, you get so. But I will take input, and hopefully you like the covers I'm showing. I'm a co-owner of Comic Logic in Ashburn, Virginia. If you're in Northern Virginia, come see us. The first Thursday of every month, we do a preview show where we go through the previews book and try to hit people up to, hey, order this. This is a great book. So I especially like to point out the collected editions of some classic comic gold that people ought to have in their collection. So, and we also talk about the new books. The second and third Thursday of every month, we do the Grumpier Old Nerd show, the same cast of characters, and we just sit around and bullshit and talk about books, comics, sports, TV shows, anything that strikes our fancy. We run off the rails all the time. So that's, it's part of the, that's part of the appeal, baby.
Right on.
So, and now I can be seen on Codex Station thanks to y'all.
That's
Awesome.
right. Absolutely.
I'm so jacked. I'm so jacked, fellas. Thank you.
Oh, we've got more coming, ladies and gentlemen. Stick around for Breaking the Code, where we're going to talk about why we collect. Archie Heavy is going to join us here in just a few moments. But before we get into that, Sal, if you don't mind, let everybody know about this week's sponsor, please, and then we'll get out of here.
All right. This week's sponsor is W Energy Drink. Is a clean form of energy drink, and you can find them at w.gg. They've got assorted flavors that you can try. The good things are about this is there's no jitters, there's no crash, and it has a good taste to it. There's no bitter aftertaste. So go check them out. Use the code word CODEX, that's COD-X, and you can save 10% on checkout.
Fantastic. All right.
I got to say, I've been drinking it every morning to wake me up, and it works. And I've also started drinking it in the afternoon when I'm leaving work, and I'm just like, oh, I'm tired. I got to go pick my daughter up from daycare, take her to go do something, and I'm just tired. I've been starting to drink it then, too, and it just
perfect.
It wakes me up, gets me going.
And there's no crash, is there?
No, there's not. In fact, I'll drink it. It'll keep me going for, as I leave work around 5, it'll keep me going for a couple hours. And then when it's time for bed, I'm good to go.
You're good to go.
If he's driving, the last thing he wants is crash.
Right.
Yes.
Or a bad aftertaste. Or the
no
jitters.
Crash. No.
Or the jitters.
There you go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Tim. This guy over here is Sal the Slab Guy. Down below is the newest member of the Codex Station, Uncle Gary. And right next to him is Dan Kelly, formerly of Instagram, now live on Instagram. This is Comics of the Week, Pull Box, and Back Issue Gems. And we will see you next time.